Nagmamadali po at nandito nakikipag-agawa ng mikropono si Senator Zubiri. At maraming salamat sa ating mga kagalang-galang na kasamahan dito sa Senado sa inyong pagtatangkilik at suporta sa ating bagong naratifikaang RAA kasama ng Japan. Maraming salamat po.
We likewise thank the distinguished sponsor for fast-tracking this and prioritizing this, given that she's the chair of the Committee on Foreign Relations. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Zubiri?
May I explain my vote as well, Mr.
The
President?
gentleman may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I want to congratulate Senator Imie Marcos in securing the Senate's concurrence for the Japan-Philippine Reciprocal Access Agreement. As the President of the Philippine-Japan Parliamentary Association, I welcome and celebrate this concurrence. And I look forward to the ways in which partnerships between our armed forces and the self-defense forces of Japan will enhance our security and defense capabilities, and especially our disaster management efforts. Japan is one of our most important friends and allies, if not the most important friend and ally in the region. And this agreement will only deepen our ties, ensure that we are aligned in our efforts to uphold peace and security in the Asia-Pacific region. Today, I cast my vote for friendship, for cooperation, and for a future of deeper Philippines-Japan relationship. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Duly noted and entered into the records. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Villanueva?
Mr. President, may I just explain my vote for a minute, Mr.
The
President?
gentleman may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It is with great honor and confidence that I vote yes to this historic measure. And please allow me to extend my sincerest thanks and gratitude and congratulations to the sponsor of the measure, Senator Imie Marcos. With our concurrence to the ratification of the agreement between the Republic of the Philippines and Japan concerning the facilitation of reciprocal access and cooperation between the AFP and the Self-Defense Forces of Japan further solidifies our commitment to promote regional and global peace and stability and deepens our security and defense relationship. It will be remembered, Mr. President, in history as one of the highlights of our diplomatic partnership, which now spans almost 7 decades, Mr. President. Today, as we give our concurrence to this agreement, we join the Japanese people in their desire to build a heart-to-heart relationship of trust, as Prime Minister Kishida best puts it, as equal partners and friends. Arigato gozaimasu. We thank the Japanese government and the Japanese people for their reliable and enduring friendship. Maraming salamat, Ginoong Pangulo. At
Thank you,
pagpalain tayo
Honorable
lahat ng ating
Villanueva.
Panginoon.
Duly noted and entered into the records. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Tolentino?
Mr. President, this representation would be submitting a written explanation of vote in support of the ratification of the treaty we just discussed, Mr. President, for insertion to the records. Thank you, Mr. President.
Duly noted and shall be entered into the records. Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, Senator Lauren Legarda is also seeking the floor. I
Senator
move that she be
Legarda is
recognized.
recognized for her manifestation. You may proceed, ma'am.
Mr. President, I cast my affirmative vote for the Senate resolution concurring in the ratification of the Reciprocal Access Agreement between the Philippines and Japan. I trust that this agreement strengthens our nation's security and reinforces our regional partnerships at a time when collaboration is crucial. The RAA not only facilitates joint military training, disaster response, and humanitarian operations, but also fortifies our commitment to regional peace and stability, which we emphasized during the 31st Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum we hosted last year. This legal framework before us today is a reinforcement of our commitment to enhance confidence-building measures that effectively alleviate tensions, proactively prevent disputes, and mitigate escalation of ongoing disputes in the Asia-Pacific region. Most importantly, this agreement solidifies the enduring friendship and mutual respect between the Philippines and Japan. Having sponsored similar agreements in the past, the status of visiting forces agreement with Australia, I've seen firsthand how these strategic partnerships enhance our defense capabilities, ensure better preparedness, and bolsters our national sovereignty. My vote is a vote for a stronger Philippines, a safer region, and a future built on collaboration with like-minded nations. It is therefore my honor to join my colleagues in concurring with the ratification of the Philippines-Japan Reciprocal Access Agreement. Thank you, Mr. President.
Duly noted and entered into the records. Majority Leader.
Likewise, Mr. President, to save time, this representations of co-sponsors which bill will just be inserted in the records.
Noted and entered into the records.
Mr. President, we are honored to have in our session hall today the Ambassador Extraordinary Plenipotentiary of Japan to the Philippines, His Excellency Endo Kazuya, to receive a copy of Resolution Number 236. Ambassador Endo is accompanied by officials from the Embassy of Japan.
Welcome to the Senate.
Mr. President, may I now move for a few minutes suspension to allow Ambassador Endo to accept a copy of the resolution from the Senate President at the rostrum. Also, I ask our colleagues to join the Senate President and the Ambassador. May I also invite our special guests, the Secretary of National Defense and the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, to join us at the rostrum for the group photo.
Session is suspended and the aforementioned dignitaries are requested to ascend at the rostrum to receive a copy of the resolution.